many questions that we ask in life. Why are we here? Why do we have instincts to tell us what to do? Why do people keep asking me to let's play Super Smash Bros. 4, a game that came out 9 years ago? I am fucking old! Like most tragedy movies, our story starts with Ness. All you have to do is complete Classic Mode once on any difficulty with any character. By the way, get used to the phrase complete Classic Mode for the rest of the 3DS unlocks. Alternatively, completing 10 versus matches will also work. Ness will fight you on Magicant. Defeating him also unlocks Magicant as a stage. Unlocking Ness may lead to unlocking Falco first due to a similar unlock method. Simply complete Classic Mode on any difficulty again without using any continues. Also while you're here, keep track of the number of Classic Modes you've completed with different characters. On the other hand, you can complete 20 versus matches. You'll fight Falco on Cornair, where the fight is sure to be a breeze. Look, I was too lazy to set up D input. Bird's cooked, moving on. Wario's like one of 3... No wait, he's one of exactly 3 unique unlock methods. Wario can be unlocked by completing a round of 100-man Smash. 100-man Smash is much easier in this game than in previous games, so no need to use the Donkey Kong trick. These days, we use the Falcon Kick trick. 30 versus matches will also do. Wario will fight you on WarioWare Inc., which will also be unlocked upon defeating him. Why the stage is in tournament legal is beyond me. I don't think competitive players know a good stage when they see one. And back to Classic Mode. To unlock Lucina, simply complete Classic Mode as Marth without using a continue. Once again, this can be on any difficulty. You can also complete 40 versus matches instead. Lucina fights you on Arena Ferox. Kick her off the stage and unlock her. While you were trying to unlock Lucina, you might have unlocked Dark Pit instead. You just have to complete Classic Mode with 3 or more characters. At this point you should have already done that, but even if you have, still complete Classic Mode with a new character. You'll need it for later. Alternatively, you can keep it with versus matches instead, completing 50 of them this time. Dark Pit fights in the Reset Bomb Forest. She's just a fucking JPEG. Dark Pit fights in the Reset Bomb Forest. Simply defeat him quickly and unlock him. Dr. Mario is another very easy character to unlock. Take a wild guess how. As Mario, complete Classic Mode on at least an intensity of 4.0. Finally, at least a little variety on this chat. Wait, for Lucina, you play as Marth, and for Dr. Mario, you play as Mario. So why do you not play as Pit to unlock Dark Pit? Instead, it's a challenge that you've already done. How do you get the short end of the stick? You could also complete 60 versus matches instead to do this. Fight Dr. Mario on Mushroomy Kingdom because they refuse to give him a stage. God, I hope R.O.B is unlocked by collecting unique trophies again. Oh, joy! Actually, R.O.B is far easier to unlock this time around compared to Brawl, and that's thanks to Trophy Rush. You have a lot of coins from Classic Mode at this point, and have unlocked some trophies there as well if you're lucky with the roulette. So, simply complete multiple rounds of Trophy Rush until you've collected 200 unique trophies. Once you get the milestone for 200 trophies, just do a quick versus match and R.O.B will challenge you. Alternatively, you can play 70 versus matches. R.O.B fights on PictoChat, give my boy his own stage already! R.O.B might take a while to unlock, so you could continue on with all the other characters because guess how you unlock them? Playing as Zelda or Link, once again, not Sheik, they really did not like her. Clear Classic Mode on at least 5.0 difficulty. You could also complete 80 versus matches instead. Ganondorf fights you on Gerudo Valley. Oh sure, he gets his own stage for once. Normally Game & Watch comes next, but it's best to skip ahead to Bowser Jr. for now. Playing as Bowser, simply clear Classic Mode again on an intensity of 6.0 or higher. Note we are now at 7 characters being unlocked by Classic Mode. You could also complete 100 versus matches, and if you do, you'll pick up Game & Watch along the way at 90, but we're focused on the Funular Entertainment way. Bowser Jr. is fought on 3D Land. You'll likely be fighting as Bowser, so now's a good chance to get used to his beast of a back air. Alright everyone, how do you think we unlock Duck Hunt? If you said clear Classic Mode with at least 8 characters, you win a new car! If you've been completing Classic Mode this whole time, you just need one more playthrough for this. If you're doing the versus matches route instead, you'll need 110 of them finished. If you purchase the DLC, Duck Hunt is fought on the Duck Hunt stage. However, if you're completely fresh, Duck Hunt is fought on Battlefield instead of literally any of the nature-focused stages. Once Duck Hunt is unlocked, wrap back around to unlocking Game & Watch, because the best boy in the game requires completing, say it with me now, with at least 10 characters. You could also complete 90 versus matches instead. Why does Game & Watch require more classic mode, but less versus matches than Duck Hunt? I do not get the design logic with these unlocks. Game & Watch has fought on Flat Zone 2 because they couldn't port Flat Zone 1 and couldn't make Flat Zone X on 3DS. I don't get it either. Jigglypuff is likely the last character you'll unlock on 3DS. You have to collect at least 30 different equipment items. You know, customs. That thing that was a good idea until some designer said, let's make it so you can get duplicates all the fucking time. And sometimes I wonder why these didn't come back in Ultimate. I am unsure if wearable gear counts as equipment, so focus on what actually changes stats. You probably got a lot through unlocking R.O.B. If you haven't done it yet, just go back to Trophy Rush for a few rounds and you should be good. If you think you have enough gear, you can check by just going to a versus match. After you complete it, Jigglypuff should challenge you. You could also complete 120 versus matches instead. Jigglypuff fights on the Unova Pokemon League. Just don't get killed by the legendaries in the background. If you thought that the stages were gonna have any more creativity in their unlock methods, no. To unlock Balloon Fight, merely use Villager 3 times in versus mode. Not even win, just use them. That's it. Balloon Fight will unlock immediately. Dreamland is one of the best casual stages, and I will fight everyone on this. But it has one of the lamest unlock methods of the series. Just use Kirby's Final Smash. That's it. Just use it once. Moving on. Mute City does something new! Now you have to win a match! 3 to be exact. Win 3 versus matches with Captain Falcon. Once you do, Mute City will unlock. I don't like this stage as much. I don't like the stage either, but we gotta unlock it anyways. To unlock PAC-MAZE, merely use Pac-Man's Final Smash in a versus match. That's it. God, I hope the Wii U unlocks are better. Also, why did this stage not come back for Ultimate, but PAC-LAND did? I don't like PAC-MAZE, but it's a damn sight better than PAC-LAND. We briefly touched on Magicant when Ness was unlocked. When Ness is unlocked, Magicant is at the same time. You merely have to clear classic mode on any difficulty with any character, or complete 10 versus matches. This will likely be one of the first stages you unlock. WarioWare Inc. was also touched on when unlocking Wario. The stage is unlocked at the exact same time that Wario is unlocked. Just complete 100 Man Smash, or fight in 30 versus matches. After you beat Wario, the stage will unlock immediately. Unlocking Flat Zone 2 requires both a character unlock and an extra step. You first have to unlock Mr. Game & Watch, which requires completing Classic Mode with 10 characters or completing 90 versus matches, and then completing the first 35 challenges. Why is this the first time challenges are brought up for unlocks? You could have made a couple unlocks with this condition, maybe like 10 challenges or so. Ease the player into it. Look, I gotta put my game design degree to work somehow. Here we go. Collect 30 or more unique trophies. Play Trophy Rush. You got this unlocking R.O.B. Max combo of 10 or more in training. Use a Smart Bomb and nothing else. Get 10 or more Smash Run powers. Play Smash Run. You know, this is still faster than Nintendo Online. Clear Classic on Intensity 3 or higher. Unlock Dr. Mario and you get this. Destroy 300 blocks in Trophy Rush. Unlock R.O.B. Place first in Smash Run. Still faster than Nintendo Online. Unlock Ness, play the video game. Play Trophy Rush, play the video game. Unlock Wario, play the video game. Win 3 Smash battles with Luigi. I'm surprised they didn't go with 2. Clear All-Star on easy. This doesn't have to be the true All-Star mode either. Collect 5 unique headgear. Why can't I get duplicates in the first place? Use Pac-Man's Final Smash. Play the video game, get PAC-MAZE. Play 100 Man Smash. You get this when you unlock Wario. Win 2 Smash battles with Ness. Do you think they mixed this up with Luigi? Create a Mii Fighter, play the video game. Play Target Blast, play the video game. Play Home Run Contest, play the video game. Use Villager 3 or more times. This is for Balloon Fight. Play Cruel Smash, lose. Play on Rainbow Road 3 times. Play the video game. Play Rival Smash. Just get ahead and die immediately. It's like life. Play on Reset Bomb Forest 3 times. Play the video game. Play Endless Smash. Just step in and step out after a kill or 2. Collect 3 unique custom outfits. Just more stuff you got in Classic Mode. Use Kirby's Final Smash. This is for Dreamland. Win 3 battles as Captain Falcon. This is for Mute City. Clear 10 Man Smash. If you can't do this, I have concerns for you. Win 2 battles as Zelda. Okay, now I think they made Luigi's 3 just cause they could. Hit Sandbag at least 300 meters. Use Yoshi or Ganondorf. Battle 2 times on Tortimore Island. Play the video game. Unlock Dark Pit. Play the video game. Get 20 KOs in 3 Minute Smash. Smash. Look how proud he is of murder. Score 100,000 or more in Target Blast. You'll probably do this on your first try. Play Street Smash. That's the first time I've ever used a hammer. Once all 35 challenges are complete, you will unlock the second challenge board and Flat Zone 2. You definitely unlocked most of the Pokemon by unlocking Flat Zone 2, but we'll go through them anyways. To unlock Genesect, just play Endless Smash once. Don't bother actually fighting, just get off the stage. Genesect will be unlocked right after using Techno Blasts. If you unlocked Wario without using versus matches, you've unlocked Victini already. You just had to play 100-man Smash once, but you don't necessarily have to beat it. You do, however, need to beat this to unlock Wario, so you might as well do both at the same time. Victini will grant Summoner more knockback to their attacks and temporary super armor. Much like all the others, Xerneas is pretty easy to unlock. You just have to play Target Blast once. For Flat Zone 2, try gain at least 100,000 points while you're here, as that's another one of the first 35 challenges you'll need to unlock it. Xerneas will use Geomancy, which boosts the knockback of all players. I don't know if you can even call this an unlock. You just have to clear 10-man Smash for Zoroark. Nothing more exciting or challenging, just 10. That's it. Come on, make people work a little bit here. Zoroark uses Fury Swipes because they totally didn't just rip off Greninja's final Smash. Also, Fury Swipes over Night Slash? Come on. Mewtwo is pretty easy to unlock, so long as you have 4- Wait, wrong script. Oh, that's better. To unlock Meloetta, you have to have the game turned on for 8 hours. So just sit your 3DS on the menu and go axe throwing. Meloetta will be unlocked next time you turn on the game or after exiting a game mode. It will use Echoed Voice, which doesn't have a whole lot of range. This is still one of the worst things to put behind an unlock. To get access to the rules you actually want to change, you must get 200 KOs in Smash battles. This cannot be an infinite time match, by the way. KOs from cancelled matches do not count. Ask me how I know. Instead, fight against 2 or 3 level 1 CPUs with a lot of stocks. It'll take a while, but it will satisfy the requirements. Thank God this stopped being an unlock in Ultimate. While the Wii U has less unlockables, they have a much better spread of methods that actually tore you through the game. Falco starts off the list with the standard. You simply complete Classic Mode on any difficulty with any character. Alternatively, you can also play 10 versus matches instead. You'll fight Falco on Orbital Gate Assault. You know, that stage they worked on for a year and then just didn't port to Ultimate? Wario is unlocked just like he is in Smash 3DS. You must complete a round of 100-man Smash. Like in 3DS, this mode is much simpler than it was in previous games, so any character is viable. You can also complete 20 versus matches instead. Wario fights you on gamers, so make sure to use 5V to your advantage. Lucina is another easy character to unlock. You must complete Classic Mode again, but this time on an intensity of 5.5 or higher. I greatly recommend playing as Kirby to pick up some unlocks that require him with this same method. You can also complete 30 versus matches instead. Lucina fights on Coliseum. It's a walk-off, so make sure you use the edges to quickly defeat her. Dark Pit has a different unlock method than the 3DS version. You must complete All-Star Mode on normal difficulty or higher. Obviously, this does not need to be the true All-Star mode. However, note that having the DLC fighters installed technically makes this more difficult. I recommend playing as Lucario here, so that way you can pick up some extra unlocks along the way. You could alternatively fight in 40 versus matches instead. Dark Pit fights on—
Oh god, not this stage.
Slog through this hell of a stage and defeat him. Dr. Mario's unlock method is simple but effective. You just have to complete any hard difficulty master order. I recommend a horde battle, as these are typically the easiest. You can also play 50 versus matches instead if you prefer that route. Dr. Mario fights on Delfino Plaza. Just give him a stage already! For once R.O.B isn't unlocked with trophies, thank fuck. To unlock R.O.B, you must complete at least 8 rounds of Crazy Orders and then defeat Crazy Hand. This can be rather challenging, so I primarily recommend horde battles and giant battles. For most of your time with the giant battles, you will have partners, making this far easier, and horde battles are already pretty easy. You could also complete 60 versus matches instead. R.O.B fights you on Wrecking Crew, which I guess is somewhat thematic, but I'm still rooting for a stack-up stage one day. Game & Watch unfortunately requires a bit of grinding to get in this game. You must complete Classic Mode with at least 5 characters on at least an intensity of 2.0. I suggest that while you're here, you pick up some other unlocks we'll go over later that require Classic Mode with specific characters. Alternatively, you can fight in 80 versus matches. What happened to 70? Game & Watch fights you on Flat Zone X, but this does not unlock the stage. There is one more step for that. Duck Hunt will be the last character you unlock. You have to earn at least 1 KO in solo Cruel Smash. Suicide counts as a KO roll fit. You could also fight in 100 versus matches. I guess they went an even number instead of 2 more unlockables. Duck Hunt fights on the Duck Hunt stage. Unlocking them also unlocks the stage. A lot of stages will require playing event mode. With how this game works, there will be specific paths you have to take. However, Kongo Jungle 64 just requires one event. The very first event, the original heavyweights, must be completed on any difficulty. Doing so will unlock the stage for use. Smashville requires one of the worst events to be played. You must clear the Playing Tricks event. To get here, complete the original heavyweights and then 4 Swords Adventures. This will get you the path to Playing Tricks, where both villagers must be buried with the pitfall at the same time. Completing this event unlocks the stage. I'm starting to realize I just hate most of these event unlocks. To unlock Pokemon Stadium 2, you must complete the event when lightning strikes. To get here, go from Playing Tricks to the King of the Yoshis event. You have to quickly defeat 3 Pikachu while using lightning to your advantage. Of course, this can be pretty difficult to get down under a minute for an extra reward, but also remember that lightning can make your foes even bigger. I'm fucking... If you complete this event, the stage unlocks immediately. The Duck Hunt stage is unlocked at the same time as the Duck Hunt Duo. To reiterate, you must get at least 1 KO in Cruel Smash by yourself. You don't need to unlock the character, just completing this challenge is enough to unlock the stage. Tricking the Miis into falling off or getting lucky with a 9 hammer are all valid options. Once you do, you can finally play on the stage. Flat Zone X is another stage that requires unlocking a character. After unlocking Game & Watch, you must destroy at least 100 blocks in a single solo game of Trophy Rush. To recall, Game & Watch is unlocked by completing Classic Mode on 2.0 or higher with at least 5 characters. Simply set the time for Trophy Rush to the maximum, and you'll get this without a hitch. PAC-LAND is the final stage to unlock. All it requires is playing on every stage of Smash Tour. Damn it! Yeah, this is gonna take you a solid hour, and that's just playing against CPUs. And all you get for it is the worst stage in the game. The Wii U version doesn't have as many unlockable Pokemon as there were in the 3DS version. Ooh. Meloetta is at least easier to get. You must complete any version of All-Star Mode on normal difficulty or higher as Lucario. This is similar to the requirement for unlocking Dark Pit, so I recommend playing as Lucario when you're unlocking him. Once this is complete, Meloetta will be— what the fuck is going on here? Meloetta uses echoed voice, but it's not really that useful. Victini is unlocked at basically the exact same time as Meloetta. All you have to do is clear All-Star Mode on any difficulty. So as long as you're playing as Lucario, you can unlock Dark Pit, Meloetta, and Victini all at the same time. If that's not efficiency, I don't know what is. Victini will power up the user with super armor and increased knockback. Xerneas is the last Pokemon that can be unlocked. You just have to destroy at least 200 blocks in Solo Trophy Rush as Pikachu. Just set the time to max and have at it. In fact, do this when you're unlocking Flat Zone X, which I forgot to do. Xerneas uses Geomancy, which increases the knockback of all fighters. Masterpieces make a return in Smash Wii U, starting with Dr. Mario. Playing alone as Dr. Mario, you must complete 10-man Smash without taking any damage, oh thank god, an actual challenge. Doing so unlocks the very short demo. I'm very bad at this game. Do you think they're ever gonna remake this game? The Yoshi Masterpiece can be unlocked by completing solo classic mode as Yoshi. I recommend doing this when unlocking any character that requires classic mode, which are Falco, Lucina, and Game & Watch. Man, I suck at this game too. It took me half the demo to figure out what I was even doing. Kirby's Adventure is another classic mode unlock. You must clear solo classic mode with Kirby on at least an intensity of 5.5. This is just like the unlock method for Lucina, so I recommend playing as Kirby when unlocking her to make this a snap. One of these days I will actually beat this game. I do own it. Punch-Out is the last unlock that requires an event to be played. And all it takes is completing No Mere Sparring Match, which is one of the further out events. Here we go. The original heavyweights, kick their asses. Up to speed, go fast, feel alive. Pokemon battle, kick their asses. Behind enemy lines. I just hate this mission. Also, you will need Game & Watch unlocked by this point, as you will require the hidden route. Great Fox defense. I remember this being harder than it actually is. The Falchion Steel, kick their asses. Beautification, I hate this one too. A situation of some gravity, just lure them to the end of the stage. Bounty Hunter Clash, kick their asses. And finally, No Mere Sparring Match. You have to clear this on normal or higher difficulty. This one is honestly a pain in the ass to get done in 40 seconds, but screw it. You're Little Mac, just be a C-Stick warrior. Doing so unlocks the Punch-Out demo, where I spent half of it trying to recall the trick against Glass fucking Joe. Earthbound infamously had its masterpiece cut in the overseas version of Brawl, and Western players finally get to see why. Earthbound is unlocked by hitting at least 600 meters in home run contests. The easiest way to do this is Yoshi's Flutter Kick down air, or Ganondorf, who hits harder than the bat at certain percents. Once you do this, you unlock the most worthless demo of all time. It's 5 minutes of just fucking walking. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I uploaded, huh? Life has been a bit crazy, you could say, between settling into a proper job, actually releasing a game, moving twice, and doing a ton of work on another channel. If you want to see the videos I did manage to complete this past year, I greatly request you check out Pojo Lone Wolf. We recently finished AFB, our casual Smash Ultimate series, and I think the finale is honestly one of the best videos I've ever edited. And also make sure you keep track on this channel because the first real part of this Let's Play is going up in 1 hour after this video comes out. If you want to support me, I have swapped from Patreon to Coffee. It allows easier one-time donations, which I think is far more fitting for someone who clearly has an erratic upload schedule. Thank you all so much for your patience while I try to navigate being an adult.